Okay, so in the outside one, it doesn't seem to be anything. It's heavy. Oh, hold on. There's a light. I believe that's a flashlight. I need 2 hands, so I'm gonna try to set the camera down somewhere where we can point it at this and get it opened. Okay, so we've got a flashlight so far. I'm looking to see if there's any personal information, a name that we could associate with this bag, ID or... Nothing in that outside pocket. Nothing in that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, what do we got? I think this is an old bag, guys. This looks like ice fishing stuff right here, maybe. A spring. But that is definitely not ice fishing equipment. No, no. So that's what that is. We've got the long lost bong. Got a jar. I think this pack sack's old. And then there's some rotten stuff. I don't even want to put my hand in there. I'm going to turn it over and just dump it out. Ugh, it's clothing that's rotted. What the hell is that? What the? Gage just whimpered and he scared me. I didn't know what that was, but I don't know what is this thing. The flaming skull inside it and little spikes. It's full of spikes. It's like this part looks like a little crown. Any of you guys know what this is? There's like spikes in there. It's creeping me out. Child Abuse Prevention Council, Windsor County. Stop the Hurt Walkathon. Oh, this looks like female stuff. Okay, well, I definitely think we need to do a necrophonic session now. This is giving me the willies. I'm going to just double check this bag, make sure that there isn't something else in here that I'm missing. I don't see any ID or anything. That's a bad sign, though, when you find a pack sack out in the swamp. Like I've told you guys before, Gage and I got caught. You could start to walk across. It's like a bog. It's a rolling bog. It's floating on top. And if you break through that, you might not get out, and it could be 10 feet deep underneath. So you don't walk on that, right? People with sense don't walk on that. And this bodes ill, I think, that there's a pack sack here, because if you lost your pack sack, you would get it back one way or another. Get a stick, pull it back to you, something. You wouldn't just leave it there. That's just what I'm thinking here on the fly, guys. That's my 2 cents, is you don't leave your pack sack, you know. But I can smell weed. I can smell it on my hands from touching those clothes. I think that's it, guys, for contents. There's nothing in here that's going to tell us who it was that lost the bag. Oh, that's ominous. Thunder rolling. I was just going to say, I'm going to take a photograph of all this stuff, including the t-shirt, just in case there could be a missing report somewhere. I don't know. We'll document it. Okay, so I took a couple photographs, and now the rain is starting. So I'm going to just try to find a tree that we can get under. I can't make it back to my place very quickly. I've got a rain jacket here, so we'll be okay. Let's just find a dry spot for now. Friggin' ominous. I'm a little creeped out. I gotta be honest. I'm a little creeped out right now, guys. And I haven't even started the Necrophonic app. Good boy, bringing me that bag. Good boy. He heard me say good boy for bringing me the bag, and he ran over there to go get it and bring it to me again. Who lost that bag? Can we get a name of the person who lost that bag? And are they all right? Did that person drown in the swamp and lose their pack sack? How long ago did that person lose the bag? How many years? Oh, I thought I heard a name and died. Did it say Cindy? What town was that person from who lost the bag? I just saw lightning, guys. I have no choice. There's nowhere for me to go. Wow. Does that bag have anything to do with the hiking poles that we found last year? All right, I'm gonna walk back over here to the bag, kind of out in the open on a rock, but the storm I think is over that way a little ways, so. Can you tell me about these items? What can you tell me about these items? The camera's getting pretty wet here. I'm not taking any of this stuff home, guys. I'm leaving it right here on this rock. What is this thing right here? What is this? Oh God, it started answering me in my pocket. I shut it off. That was weird. Okay, I gotta move, guys. We're out here in the open getting wet. Too wet. Too wet for the camera. Is there a missing persons report for the person who owned that bag? Oh, full body shiver. If I do a search, am I going to find a person? Is there a dead body in the swamp? The person that owned that pack sack, did they perish in the swamp? Well, I don't know, guys. I couldn't make any of that out, obviously, at the time of recording, but I'm going to take this back to the computer now. There seems to be a little bit of a lull in the rain, so Gage and I are going to make a break for it. I'll analyze all those answers and see if we got anything that makes sense. There might be a name there. I mean, I don't know. If I find anything from the recordings, I'll try to use it to do a search, okay? And we'll follow up on this if I get any information. I don't know what to do with that bag. I mean, I'm not an expert on this stuff. It just seemed old to me. The stuff in there, the jar seemed old. The clothing is rotten, right? I mean, that had to have been in there a while.
Well, I mean, it's not associated to anything unless we think there's a missing person back there.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
But, like, that sounds strange, right? I mean, and is it likely from this past winter? Like, how worn is it?
No, the clothing inside was kind of rotten, and I think it's been, like, there's a mason jar, and it just feels old to me, like it's been there a long time. I just can't shake the feeling, guys, that there is a dead homeless person back there in the swamp. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know why. Just as I'm, walking through the bush, coming home, that something's nagging at me. I have no proof of anything, but that's just what my gut instinct is. Okay, guys, just a little update. I did speak to my friend who is a police detective and has been on the force for 20 years. She told me what would happen is that if I called this in and that there was no ID in the bag, that they would just tell me to throw it out because it's not associated with any crime, or people leave stuff behind all the time, homeless, vagrants, whatever. And she said that's what they're going to tell me. So I wasn't going to call it in. My wife, on the other hand, told me, this is in a suspicious enough place back there. This is not where people go hiking or near a road or anything. She said you should call it in. So I did call it in to the local police authorities, and they told me exactly what my friend said, which is if there is no photo ID or name or anything in the bag that we can connect this to any person, it's not connected with any crime, that they didn't have any resources to investigate this, and there was nothing to investigate, and they told me to throw out the bag and the contents. Now, personally, guys, I feel that the contents of that bag were unique enough that if this were a missing person and somebody saw the contents of that bag, they would say, oh, that was so-and-so's. Absolutely. That skull thing that is in there, okay, and that bong, those are personal items, right? So the thing is there really a missing person? I don't know. But there could be, and if there is, those items in that bag and the bag itself, the Roots bag, could be used to identify a missing person. So I'm hesitant to throw this stuff out. I think I'm just going to go back there, collect it. And I think that thing that I thought was a flashlight is not a flashlight, guys. Looking at it on the computer, I think it's a little container, a military container, an old container. The top flips open and there might be probably drugs in there, knowing everything else that was in that bag. But I think I'm going to go back there, collect this stuff up, and just stash it under a tree somewhere, and then if anybody ever sees this video and says, hey, we need to look at this stuff closer, it won't be thrown out in the garbage. That's what I'm going to do.